Go where the recordings go. Up and down into the air. Like the sound waves do. Up and down, it's a reflection. Even the silence is a reflection. Of what? I don't know. I don't know. Only you have the answer to that, I'm afraid. On the phone for almost 24 hours is an achievement, to say the least. 'Cause me, baby, baby, that's a long time to be on the phone. I want to say that my longest phone call might have been, I don't think it was more than 10 hours. Actually, honestly, who knows at this point? Because teenage me, she was on the phone a lot, sleeping on the phone occasionally. Why? I don't know. So, well, sleeping on the phone was mostly like I'd fall asleep. I'd fall asleep on the phone because it would usually be like a video chat or something. Dude, I will never forget. Uh, I had to have been in like middle school, I think, at this point. Uh, on Uvu with my internet friend. I had set my phone down on like the edge of my bookshelf because my bookshelf was, I think it was my bookshelf, or maybe it was just my phone pushed up against the wall and the phone like up against the wall. I don't know. Either way, the phone was a good distance away from me, and I was just laying down with my head on the pillow and talking, like looking straight into the phone and talking. But I guess eventually I fell asleep. I mean, clearly, because the next day on Instagram, screenshots of my sleeping face on the internet. Hello? Damn. Couldn't even ask you could post the pictures of Sleeping Beauty herself. Sheesh. Uh, all that to say, I don't remember. I don't know, for some reason I'm low-key not really feeling like the podcast episodes this week. Like, this is my third recording for today. The first one was stopped because of a phone call. The second one, I don't know, I just felt like it wasn't, she wasn't doing what she needed to do. Like, I have things that I want to talk about, but the way that I relayed the information, the way that, like, it wasn't really vibing with me, you know? So this is my third try, my third attempt. I might just end up Frankensteining something together and putting like bits and pieces of each of them that I like together. Not that I need to explain it, but here I am doing that anyway. I don't know. Like, there was part of me that started this podcast just for fun, just because like I was getting recommended to do it almost. Like, you have such a nice voice, you should like start a podcast or something. Well, in paraphrase was what the customer said to me, but like that was also me talking in my customer service voice. I haven't really been using my customer service voice, but I certainly can to put my voice to use, I guess. I've thought about like maybe becoming like a narrator or something. But I was sick for a little bit, and my voice was not her usual self. She was very nasally, very like you could hear the congestion in my voice. I have since gotten better. I don't know what it was. It was just like a couple days of congestion, almost a week, I want to say. But it wasn't like the last time I was sick. Oh my god, congested and coughing for like 3 weeks. It was not a fun time, to say the least. But yeah, and also the podcast is also a little. And as I thought, man, I'm so mean to myself in the midst of recording, but I get so frustrated with like the fumbles that I make on the words that I speak because I'm the one choosing to say the words. I don't have a script that I'm reading off of. So how are you fumbling over your words? Get it together. But that's also just me being harsh on myself. So sorry you have to hear me abuse myself. But it is what it is. We're working on it, slow and steady. But yeah, that was kind of like the premise of the podcast, like me just kind of getting my voice out there in a way, even though I don't do too much to promote it. But that's another story. But perhaps if I did actually keep my if I did actually keep my customer service voice on, but you see, I've been in vacation mode for the last week or so, so I haven't really had to use my customer service voice, and I can't, not that I can't be bothered to put it on, I've just been struggling to put it on and keep it on because then I just start talking in my regular, like everyday voice. Like if you're my friend, this is how you hear me talk. But if we're meeting for the first time out in public, you're definitely gonna hear a different voice. Like, don't like I'm not gonna lie to you. It's still me. It's just a different version of girl. No, because you can't show everyone your everything. You know, some people get to see some things, other people get to see other things. I'm still me when you put it all together, but like I'm not gonna subject you to the wrath that is my personality the first time that we meet. I gotta see what gauge we can take it to. You know? Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense because I don't know any other way to explain it. Like every part of me that people get to see, whether it's like coworkers, family, friends, strangers, they're all parts of me that make me me. No more. Well, I was gonna say no more, no less, but no, that's what I'm getting at. Really, some people get to see more parts of me than others, and that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is, and I feel like that might be something that a lot of people already know. Like you don't always get to see everyone's true colors, and okay, that's great. That's fine. That's dandy. But like just because they're showing you this part but not this other part doesn't mean that the part that they're showing you is entirely fake or fake at all. Because we can say the truth but not the whole truth, you know? Like just because I told you this thing but I didn't tell you the rest of the sentence doesn't mean that what I told you was a lie. At least that's how I see it. That's how I think about it sometimes. Like, you can be a liar, but I'm not like a liar by association, but like just by not saying the whole truth, you know? Like, is it nice out? It's sunny out, yeah. That doesn't mean that it's well, I mean, that doesn't mean that it's nice. It's nice but windy. Nice but scattered showers. It's nice but stinky. They're working on the sewage in this area. Perhaps you should take a walk elsewhere. Let's go to the beach. It'll be colder there, but still nice by some definition. Where was I going with this ramble? Girl, I don't even know. Don't ask me. I just say stuff sometimes. But I really, really want a sweet treat right now, and it's low key all I can think about. Like I don't even know what to talk about. I I think I'm just gonna Frankenstein the episodes together to make use of the content and the things that I've said. But I could really go for some strawberries, or for like a raspberry jam on toast. Oh my god! Or like a I was gonna say raspberry cream cheese, raspberry cheesecake. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Like I can go for something like fruity, maybe like a lemon custard. Hmm. Or a key lime pie. Girl, stop playing with them. And it's sunny outside, which I don't know what it is. Like fruity and tart flavors for me are very much like sunny day vibes. But then, like, I don't know, ice cream I can eat any day, any and every day, but especially on like partly cloudy days or even cloudy days. Cloudy day and some ice cream, yes. I wonder why that is. Sunny days and like citrusy fresh fruit, yes. Or like acidic. Acidic, citrus, I guess kind of synonyms, but not necessarily. They have their own, yeah, their own definitions to an extent. Or yeah, because like strawberry is giving more sweet. I was gonna say like a strawberry donut, but that's like a different vibe from raspberry toast and a lemon custard. But who cares? Listen, this is just what's on my mind right now. And if you don't care to listen, you don't have to. But if you are, thanks for sticking around. Um, these are things that I have to say aloud for me to feel valid in what I'm saying in this moment. Because it's like, yes, I know this is Kaylin's corner, my corner of the internet, where I can say whatever I want. And like people don't have to listen to me, and that's okay. You don't have to listen to me if you don't want to. But I do appreciate those that do. Because I don't know, it's kind of giving people like a little peek into my mind. Like, this is me. I'm just that girl. I'm just a girl. Girl. This is all you. I'm also getting a little bit hungry. And honestly, once the hunger starts to kick in, I can't think about anything else. My body starts to react erratically. She starts to get mad, angry, filled with rage. Like, what do you, like, I can feel, you know how you feel the temper coming on? Well, maybe you don't. But I notice that I get real hangry the emptier my stomach gets because my body's like, hello, we've been giving you signs. The gurgle in the stomach, like, oh, I could go for something right now. But I'm not that hungry, so I'll wait. Girl, that was the warning. Don't heed the warning. Don't take the warning with a grain of salt because once those waves start coming back towards mainland, that's it. That's it. Um, I don't want to say the temper tantrums go crazy because I'm not a fucking toddler. I can keep my composure, but I will say my patience is a little shot when I'm hungry. Not when I'm craving something. If I'm craving something and I don't get it, I'm gonna be real mad about it the whole time and you're gonna know. But if I'm just like craving like a sweet treat, like I ate and now I want something sweet, I'm not gonna be like pissy about it because there's still food in my system. I'm still fed. I'm fine. But if I want a specific sweet treat and I don't end up getting that specific sweet treat, and the sweet treat that I get in replacement isn't as good as the anticipated sweet treat, I'm gonna be upset. Like, this isn't what I wanted, and it's not even worth anyway. So what the fuck, you know? But me, I'm just a girl. That shit's getting kind of annoying. Me just saying it. But no, I don't know. I do try my very hardest to keep my attitude to myself because it's no one's problem but mine that I don't like said dessert. But honestly, like, there's something so upsetting about wanting a food and having it not come out or having it not even meet your expectations or something. Man, I can't get this recording right. All right. I hmm, there's a part of me that wants to just do an entire episode in my customer service voice more so, as opposed to like my regular talking voice. And since I was able to pull it on so quickly, I think I just might. But is this really my. Wait a minute. Thank you for calling my place of employment. This is Kaylin speaking. How can I help you? She's a little bit raspy today. And I think it's just because I haven't spoken much, but I don't know. I'm just a girl. Do I sound like a girl? Ooh, it's the gagging sound coming from outside for me. Right after I had said, I'm just a girl. Like, ooh, 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 you're a woman. Na 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 na, woman. Shout out to Harry Styles, but he doesn't need a shout out from me, so. But still, good song, good music. We love to see it. You know what else we love to see? The sun shining. It's been so nice these last couple of days. It's been great. And I'm very happy about it. It's been kind of warm too. Like, as long as you're stood out in the sun and not in the shade, you'll feel the warmth a bit more because the sun is shining on you too, of course. But whatever. Night walks with my dogs have dogs. I only have one. And the 10 on my toes. Well, the 10 I refer to, but they're my toes. Anyway, the walks that I've been taking with my dog have been really nice lately, so I can appreciate it after a cold winter. Uh, I feel like the air's still been pretty chilly though, especially once the sun goes down. That's it. I hope you have another jacket with you, or you better take your ass inside because it's gonna be a little chilly out there. But it's still been nice either way. Um, but the wind also has been a little rough. It's been a little bit windy out there, which also adds to the cold too. I thought I was hearing the wind just now, but that was just a car driving by. What a silly goose. But I don't even know where I was going with this anyway, so let's move on to the intro, shall we? Hello, 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 and welcome to Kaylin's Corner. I'm your host, Kaylin, and this is my corner of the internet, where I talk about anything and everything that comes to mind. Thank you for joining me, and I hope this finds you well. I never really know where to go after saying my intro, not gonna lie. I try to just go with the flow and say what comes to mind, like I say literally in my intro. But I think that since I start to think about it, like the pressure just keeps getting worse. And like I feel like I always wanted to start talking about something good, but what could that be? I don't know. What is good? I guess it depends on who you are as an individual. Because what may be good to me might be bad to you. And vice versa. What might be good to you might be bad to me. From personal preferences or even like, I don't know, personal beliefs, allergies, something could be good for you, but bad for me. And vice versa. It depends on the person. It all comes down to like preference and experience, really. At least that's how I see it. But with that being said, actually, I did have something that I wanted to talk about. I was hanging out with some friends the other day, and I feel like I can have some pretty uh, strong opinions when I do have them. And especially towards food. I'm a bit of a texture girly myself, and so if I don't like the texture of a food, I will not eat it. And there are some like wildly popular foods that I don't personally like to consume because the texture bothers me. But anyway, I wanted to share some of the foods that I don't really like because of the texture, but are pretty popular. And also like a weird, I'm not gonna say a weird way to consume the food, but like whatever. This making me, I'm making myself cringe trying to explain this. Some controversial food for thought topics. I wrote controversial topics in my notes. So I was like, this would be good to talk about on the podcast because I feel like these are hot takes. Like people look at me and well, I know that they're hot takes because I get people who look at me like, what the hell's wrong with you? But anyway, um some foods that I do not like include mashed potatoes. I don't have anything wrong. That's not what that's not what I meant to say. Not me fumbling over my words. I don't have anything against potatoes. There's nothing wrong with potatoes. I love potatoes, but mashed potatoes specifically, I can't do it. A lot of the times, at least with the mashed potatoes that I've experienced, I like it's too starchy. I can feel the starch on my tongue and low key like it makes me feel like somebody chewed up my food for me already, and that's not really like I have teeth, let me use them please. If I really have to have mashed potatoes later on in life, so be it, but right now it's okay. But that's just for like regular mashed potatoes. I feel like cheesy mashed potatoes I could probably go with. I can get by on that. Like she can she has a seat at my dinner table. But like regular mashed potatoes, I'm sorry guys, I can't do it. It's just not for me. And that's okay. Y'all can have the mashed potatoes. Potato wedges, fries, even boiled potatoes. I'll eat like a nice salted boiled potato. Bring her here. But a mashed potato, no, please. No, thank you. No, thank you. uh, but even then, sometimes like boiled potatoes, after chewing on them for a little bit, it gets a little starchy. Like I can feel the starch, and then it'll turn me off. Like sometimes, like the fries that I don't like from certain places are usually because they're starchy. I'll still eat them because I still have to chew them anyway. Chewing on your mashed potatoes for what? They're already mashed. Chewing on your french fries, yes, I get. Also, it's easy to like overcome the texture when you have a good dipping sauce. So, like fries, I love sweet and sour. To burn some sweet and sour, I'll totally forget about the starchiness. The dipping sauce will do it for me. But mashed potatoes, what are we putting on her? Ketchup? I do like ketchup, but like it's gonna make it soupy. I've tried. I've tried, believe me, I've tried and I can't do it. I just can't do it. Not me having a little breakdown over some fucking mashed potatoes. Girl, no one's forcing you to eat them. Yeah, but she's just not for me. She's just not for me. On the same note, watermelon. I know y'all gonna hate me for this one too. It's not even the flavor. Again, it's the texture. It's the graininess in my mouth. I don't like it. I don't like it. Maybe like a cube here and there. Like if there's, but no. Sometimes, sometimes one bite is enough. Sorry, but just me thinking back to the last time I had watermelon. Like it tastes good. I like the flavor. It's sweet. It's watermelon. There's a part of me that wants to record an entire podcast episode in my customer service voice just to see what it would be like. I don't know. Like, would it be more appealing to listen to? Should I or like to have like a narrator voice on, or like, okay, make it be like we're on the phone and I'm talking in my customer service voice. Not me trying to get into character. Ew, stop it right now. Thank you for calling my place of employment. This is Kaylin speaking. How can I help you? It's you. Oh, bestie boo. I don't know why that was the first thing that came out of my mouth. Ugh. Anyway, I don't know why that was the first thing that came to mind for me to say, but bestie boo, I don't think I've ever said that a day in my life. I've definitely heard it somewhere before, but it's not like on the tip of my tongue as to where it's from. Um, like bestie boo. Now I have to open Google and figure this out. Bestie boo. Oh, excuse me. Bestie boo. Where are you from? Urban Dictionary. First thing that came up was Urban Dictionary definition. It says when you are best friends with one person to such an extreme that you feel like you're cheating on them if you hang out with anyone else. Damn. I didn't realize it was that intense. Holy cow. All right. Bestie Boo's already a thing, but like, where is it from? Bestie Boo's all about Crohn's disease. What is going on? Where where'd you come from? Cause I feel like my channel Bestie Boo's OMG. No, but I feel like I've heard that phrase before. Like by someone or something. But I can't put my finger on it. That was awful. That was awful. Wait, I can't put my finger on it. Still, it's not quite there. It's not quite there. I can't put my finger on it, but it's not quite there. Yeah, just like that. Wait. Wait. All right. I gotta get a move on. Anyway, let's move on to the intro, shall we? Hello, 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 and welcome to Kaylin's Corner. I'm your host, Kaylin, and this is my corner of the internet, where I talk about anything and everything that comes to mind. Thank you for joining me, and I hope this finds you well. I don't know. Listen. The little, I don't know what that was right before the intro. I was kind of like making a bunch of noises and sounds. I don't want to say going a little bit crazy, but I don't know what possessed me in those moments. Like, who was she? I don't know. I'm a whole new girl. That was like 30 to 45 seconds ago, but I'm a whole new girl. Well, woman, really. 23. Oh my goodness. Sometimes it feels like a little, I don't want to say shocking to say because I feel like that's not the right word. I don't feel like that's the right word, but not necessarily shocking, but it's like I don't know, I'm still shook. Like she's got me in a chokehold. I'm a little taken aback, gasped, astonished. That's so dramatic. But like 23? Me? I'm 23? Are you sure? What do you mean I'm 23? Actually, closer to 24 now. My birthday is in May, so just a couple months. Just 2 more months. What day is it actually? We're already 2 weeks into March. Hello? Hello, 2024. What are you doing here? I was talking about this the other day to myself. I make myself sound so sad sometimes, but maybe that's just because of the way I'm personally perceiving it. Anyway, I was talking about this with myself, and there's a part of me that feels like the reason why we get shocked as to how fast the days are going by are because we don't feel so fulfilled with the time that we spent during them. Like, time flies when you're having fun, yes, but also you have to be living in the moment to have fun, I feel like. Like, you can't have fun if you're thinking about the fun that you've had in the past. Like, think about how sad that is sometimes. It doesn't always have to be sad. It's like, can be a good reflection, but I feel like in the moment, how can you have fun if you're thinking about having fun? Like, when you're having fun, you don't think about it. Like, if I asked you the last fun moment that you had, were you thinking in the moments that you're currently thinking of? Perhaps this just means that the best moments are not the moments that we think out. That's why spontaneous, like, I was gonna say, I was gonna say spontaneous combustion is so fun. That is not what I meant though. Like spontaneous hangouts with friends. Like, you ever just have a friend call you? You're like, "Are you busy?" "No, me neither. Let's go do something." And then you have like the best time ever. Yes, no, maybe. Just me. I feel like it's something that you should try sometime. Maybe you'd be the one initiating the phone call and the trip. Maybe you'll be the one receiving said phone call or trip. Just live a little bit. Live in the moment. But where did that come from? Not a clue. Not a clue. Where was I going with that anyway? Huh. Sometimes I just be saying things, but I still feel like it holds some there's some truth in that. Like, you're not thinking about when the fun that you're having while you're having it. Maybe sometimes that's usually like a little towards the end, I feel like towards the end of the fun, it's like, oh, I'm gonna remember this forever. Because it's like moment after moment after moment. And you're not really thinking about it. You're just doing it. Yeah, fuck it, let's go. I wanted to say that I can't wait for it to get warmer to do this, to like have more of these moments, but it doesn't have to be warm for it to be a memorable moment. Although it is nicer that way, especially like, I don't know, there's just something about thinking back on memories in the sun, in the sunlight, that are all that much more, that are all that much better. My God, English? Hello? Where is she? There's just something about thinking of. There's just something about the sunny day memories that hit different. I don't even like the way that sounded when it came out of my mouth. Listen. Are you listening? Good. Because go live in the moment. That's what I want to say. That's what I want to do. But sometimes it's so easy to get caught up and worried. But why are you worrying about imaginary things that aren't even in front of you? Worried that this could happen, but it hasn't yet? Could you prepare for the future by thinking about it a little? Perhaps. But you could still have a similar thought process if and or once this nerve wracking event occurs. Because what's the point of worrying about something that hasn't happened yet? You're not going to really prevent it. And if anything, you might even blame yourself for quote unquote jinxing it. So, you know, just do with that information as you will. I don't know what possessed me to start saying all this randomly, but may somebody do something with that information. Anyway, I wanted to talk about some. Wait, so hold on. Let me preface this a little bit. I was hanging out with some friends the other day, and we were talking about food, and I realized that I have some hot takes on some popular foods. Like, I'm just not part of the fandom, I'm afraid. Oh, you're a Nicki fan. Pull up in the monster automobile. Yeah. Anyway, um, but I thought that they'd be interesting to talk about on the podcast because maybe some people will agree with me. Some people may even burst into flames with rage because how could you feel such way? Listen, I'm just a girl. You don't have to listen to me. Take my opinions with a grain of salt if you want. If you want to challenge me, don't worry because I'm going to give you the reasons why I don't like these things anyway. But number one on the list, I made a list this time. I wrote her down in my notes, stopped playing with them because I was like, I got to remember these for when I actually talk about it. Number one on the list is the almighty mashed potato. Listen, I know it's shocking. What do you mean you don't like mashed potatoes? Listen, it's when it comes to me and food, like, yes, the taste is. I'm not gonna. Well, okay, I'm not. I'm a big texture girly. I was going to say that I'm not gonna not eat a food just because I don't like how it tastes, but that's if I don't like the way it tastes, I might not eat it. Sometimes I can tolerate it enough to eat it. I don't like to be wasteful either. However, when it comes to mashed potatoes, it's not about the taste, it's more so the texture. Because I'll eat potatoes in other forms, like fries. I'll have them boiled, have them oven roasted. You can do uh waffle fries, crinkle cut fries, hash browns. I love me a hash brown. Speaking of being a texture girly, hash browns, oh my god, the epitome of like a lovely texture, if you ask me, because they can be crispy on the outside, but still soft in the middle. And then when you dip it in a little bit of sauce, dip it in some ketchup girl. Girl, stop playing with them. But mashed potatoes, listen, it's to me in my mind, like when I don't know, it's too starchy, like grainy, but also it feels like someone chewed up my food already for me. Like I have teeth still. Can I use them, please? Do y'all mind if I use my teeth? Like, what can cheesy mashed potatoes, I might be able to get behind depending on how cheesy they are. But like plain regular mashed potatoes, I don't know. I don't know. Like just in my mouth and swallow, I don't know. Can can I get can I get a little bit of texture in this? Baby. I don't know. All the mashed potatoes that I've encountered and tried myself, I haven't been fans of. They've been like too grainy, too starchy. I can't do it. I'm sorry. But cheesy mashed potatoes that I can get behind sometimes. It sometimes it depends on the day. No, but I haven't had too many cheesy mashed potatoes in my time, but that's because I kind of stay away from mashed potatoes in general. Potatoes in any other form I can do, but mashed potatoes are just they're not for me. I'm sorry. And I know I'm gonna get a lot of haters for this one, but I can't do it. I've tried and failed. I just can't get past it. The texture. But it's so weird to me because I can eat, like I said, fries and boiled potatoes and oven roasted potatoes. But when it's already mashed, it's girl, why? And it's funny because it's easier to eat as when the potatoes are mashed. But it's also kind of boring. Like give me something else. Yeah, that's my hot take on mashed potatoes and why I don't like them. If you don't agree, that's okay. But that's it. I don't like mashed potatoes and I'm proud. So maybe someday I'll convert. Maybe someday I'll get over my texture issue and I could just eat mashed potatoes. Maybe when I'm forced to, if I don't have any teeth left or something. But right now, mashed potatoes and me, we're acquaintances, but we're not good friends. nuts. But she can do her thing. I'ma still love and support her, but we're not fingers crossed, like tight, you know. She's just not for me. Anyway, next up on the list, I have watermelon. Sorry, don't hate me, but I another it's the texture. It gets a little too grainy for me. I can't really do it. She's not my favorite. The taste, the flavor, I can get behind. I like me a little watermelon lemonade, like, or watermelon juice, water, what, that watermelon flavored juice, candy. I can get behind it, but the fruit itself, she's a little too grainy for me. I'm sorry. I I don't know what it is. I feel like that's a little bit of a trauma response. Not me psychoanalyzing myself. Is that allowed? Anyway, listen. Are you listening? Watermelon just is not for me. Same thing with the mashed potatoes. It's just the texture. I can feel it on my tongue a little bit too much, I'm afraid. She's just, I don't know. She's not the one for me, I'm afraid. But it's not just grainy textures though, because I like mangoes, but I can't eat them off the seed because, like, you know how the seed gets all hairy. I don't. I can't do that. If I'm gonna have my mango, you gotta have it cut up for me. And if I'm eating it off the fruit, once I get to the seed, no, I don't actually eat it off the fruit. I usually will cut it up because I've never been in an instance where someone's like, "Here's a mango, eat it this way." Or die. That seems a little bit dramatic. But no. Mangoes are damn, another fruit. Another fruit that I'm not a fan of because the texture. I can eat it when it's already cut up, like I said. But like, I don't know, there's just something about the seed. She and I are also acquaintances. I ain't got no beef for her. I can't. I'm sorry. But I have some hot takes on food, it seems. I don't know. Because anytime I mention like my dislikes to people, they're like, oh, gasp, gasp, gasp. What do you mean you don't like mashed potatoes? I mean that I don't like mashed potatoes. And I'll say it again. But a food that I do like, I love oranges. I used to eat oranges so frequently as a kid. Tangerines weren't really my thing, but I've noticed that I feel like they've become more popular than oranges because, they have the same or similar taste, but they're easier to peel, especially like the cuties and whatnot. You poke your finger in there and that's it. Orange, you can do something similar, but the skin real tough. But my mom used to always peel my oranges for me, and I used to love watching her peel. Fun fact, I used to love watching her peel the oranges because she would always do it all in one cut, like one long ribbon. And it was entertaining to watch. But she would cut the orange in half, like into two hemispheres, top and bottom. And I would just eat the whole thing like that. Like, you know how it's like the peel, I think the whiter part between the peel and the fruit itself is called the pith. I'm not 100% sure. Let me Google it. Pith or like images. Hello. Is it called pith? Methinks. So what language? Oh, oil sacs, central core. Baby, what is the thing called? Mesocarp? Oh, but I like literally looked up anatomy. The rind? Is that what it's called? Is it the rind of the I've known it to be the pith, but I never thought to like Google it. The whiter part of the fruit between the fruit itself and the skin. I would eat that. I'll eat the orange in its entirety, fruit and pith. Not the zest, not the skin, because that's bitter. And no, thank you. No, thank you. You can keep that. But I'll eat the whole thing. It doesn't taste like anything to me. And it's like less waste, if you ask me. So I would just eat the whole thing, fruit and all. Take a big bite into it. It's delicious. I had the juiciest orange the other day. I feel like I could have made orange juice. Like truly and honestly. She was delicious. So I'm honestly not very happy with how this is coming out. I'm feeling a little annoyed with myself, but how can I improve? We're going to do a little bit of self improvement in the midst of this episode. Because it's not feeling very natural, this conversation. It is and it's not. I'm just. Another way, another way, another way you hurt me, baby. It's irresistible. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. Another way, another way you hurt me, baby. Okay, stop playing with temperature for today. It's currently 52 degrees, supposed to have a high of 65 and a low of 42. Currently feels like 51, so it's feeling pretty true to temp right now. Stop fucking playing with them. So it's warm outside, and I don't even have plans. The birds were chirping, the sun has been out. It's been gorgeous these last few days, and spring is on her way. Like ever since we've had the clocks go forward an hour, it's been so nice out. I think there was one dreary day, excuse me, that it was like really cloudy and oh no, that was Saturday. Saturday felt really no, literally every day since the clocks moved forward, it's been nice. It still has been quite chilly out though, and honestly, I could live without it. But gotta take the good with the bad. It's only gonna get warmer slowly. We want to go to a nice little simmer. We don't want to go to a rolling boil. But I'm sure with global warming, that's what's gonna happen anyway. Not that I can do much about that myself. Anyway, excuse me. It just makes me that much more excited for spring and summer. I'm usually not one to be excited about the summer, but I'm excited this year. We'll see how the tables turn because with global warming and just the economy it's rough out here. It's rough out here. Not just for me, but for many, as to what I can see. Have you heard of the TikTok ban that the US government is or I think they did vote on banning TikTok? Me personally, I don't want to say that I'm not going to be phased by it because I've said it many times on here. I have gone through my TikTok phases, or like I'll doom scroll on there. Ugh. Yawn. My body is bored about me talking about fucking doom scrolling on TikTok. Yeah, we get it. We've heard it. The Senate voted on it. Blah blah blah. Damn. Damn, bitch. Alright, calm down. You just had to say that. You didn't have to be so rude about it. Damn. Talk about awful. Awful, awful. Mm. Awful is from Newport Creamery, I'm pretty sure. But the cups, the awful cups, always remind me of In N Out. Speaking of TikTok and speaking of In N Out, I've been getting so many videos on my For You page of people either ordering the Flying Dutchman from In N Out themselves or recreating it and making it at home. And it looks so good. Maybe it's my hunger speaking a little bit, but also I don't know. I have to really be craving the onions or like not having anything against onions that day because onions and I have a little bit of a love hate relationship. I don't know. Sometimes I'll sometimes I'll get a Italian sandwich and I'll keep the onions on it. And sometimes I'll get an Italian sandwich with no onions. You know, it just depends on the day. But given that you're getting rid of the bun and doing grilled onions instead, it's like I really have to be feeling the onions that day. But I guess it's really just like a burger without bread and extra onions. Yeah. But I've never had In and Out before either, so I would just love to be able to go and try it, especially their animal style fries. Like I've seen people recreate and make it. I know what goes into it, so I know that it's like nothing too crazy and I could just make it myself. But to be able to go and experience it, like the way that they serve the burgers and the fries, it looks so good. I don't want to have to do it myself. That's why drive-throughs are so convenient and that's why Americans are so much bigger. But anyway, it's true. At least in my opinion, I think the food looks really good. And don't they do milkshakes too? I would love just the cup. It looks so cute. I would love to have a milkshake in one of those. But I'm such an ice cream gal. I love me a nice little milkshake. Mm-hmm. Recently, Oreo flavored things, they're my go-to. If not Oreo, maybe strawberry, and then vanilla, and then chocolate. Because sometimes chocolate can just be a little too much, you know.